one side of this increasing wokeness is that the government makes decisions for us on our behalf on whether things are safe or not. But another aspect of this, Campbell, is that it's actually very divisive. I mean, going back to the pandemic, one of the most telling examples, in my opinion, during the entire saga was the case of Hayden Burbank and Mark Babbage, two Melbourne footy fans who snuck into Perth last September to watch their team, the Demons, play in their first grand final in 21 years. Now, both Burbank and Babbage were vaccinated and had tested negative for the virus. So they posed absolutely no risk to the West Australian public. But when they were caught, they had the book thrown at them and thrown in jail for 3 months, spending Christmas behind bars. What's worse, and this is my point, most West Australians cheered as they were dragged off to the cells. Now, Campbell, in a previous era, these two blokes would have been hailed as heroes for flipping the bird at self-appointed authoritarian narcs. Now they're public enemies. Campbell, will Australia ever return to the sort of happy country we once were?
Well, we're on a trajectory that we won't see that turned around. And again, I say it's time we put the mirror up in front of Australians and just pointed out where we've gone to. And the example you've given is absolutely right. Once upon a time, we'd have told the politicians to get nicked. I look at the way Djokovic was singled out, and not a particularly popular figure, but that's why the dogs were unleashed on him, because he isn't popular. Because people like Scott Morrison thought they could get away with it, and they were playing the populist card by throwing down, their sort of tough approach to COVID. It really is crazy. And what you were alluding to before about the dobbing thing, that really is just awful. I mean, I can understand people, being asked to cooperate in sort of, letting the police know about high crimes that really impact on Australians. But to dob on your neighbours, that does divide us. It puts people against one another. And we've also seen terrible scenes where, within families, like, the guy who gives really spectacular haircuts, within his family, he got grief because he couldn't and wouldn't be vaccinated for medical reasons. He's a cancer survivor. But he was given a lot of grief internally in his family because of that, even though it was a necessary decision for himself. So these sort of fights have played out not just between households and between different groups of people, but within families as well, and that's just dead wrong.